Years have passed since Vivian Ward first captured hearts, transforming from a spirited young woman finding her way in the dazzling chaos of Los Angeles into a confident, independent force. Now, the streets of Beverly Hills reflect her success, elegance, and determination. Vivian is no longer the woman who walked into Edward Lewis's office with nothing but hope and charm. She has built a life full of achievements, grace, and influence. Yet the memories of her past still linger in the corners of her mind. The world knows her name. The world admires her style. But the heart remembers the moments that shaped her, the moments that made her who she is today. Edward Lewis, the man whose sharp mind and commanding presence once ruled the boardroom and the hearts of many, has also evolved. Years of business victories, travels, and high-profile encounters have only sharpened his sophistication. But beneath the polished exterior lies the same man who once found freedom, joy, and love in the most unexpected of places. The reunion of these two iconic figures is not just a meeting of old lovers. It is a collision of two worlds that have grown and changed, yet remain intrinsically connected through shared history and undeniable chemistry. Beverly Hills serves as the perfect backdrop, its glimmering streets and opulent mansions mirroring the transformation of Vivian and Edward's lives as the camera would linger on golden sunsets over palm-lined avenues and sleek luxury cars gliding down Rodeo Drive. The city feels alive with stories, both told and untold. Vivian walks these streets with purpose, confidence emanating from every step. She is more than the girl who dreamed of something bigger. She embodies the possibilities of ambition, courage, and love that refuses to settle. Edward, meanwhile, moves through the same world with a calm, authoritative grace. The weight of experience balanced by a touch of nostalgia for the life he once shared with Vivian. Their lives intersect in unexpected ways, a reminder that destiny is never truly behind us. The energy between them is electric, yet it is layered with history. Every glance, every subtle movement carries echoes of the past, memories of laughter, of tension, of moments that changed everything. There is a recognition that time has added depth, wisdom, and complexity to their bond. Fans will remember the playful charm and tender gestures of their first encounter, but now, those same gestures are infused with the richness of shared experience. Beverly Hills is no longer just a backdrop for romance. It is a character in itself, reflecting the highs, the lows, and the luxuries that have become part of their world. As Vivian navigates this glittering landscape, her journey reminds viewers of the balance between public success and private desire. The city, filled with bright lights and endless possibility, mirrors her own challenges where appearances are often deceiving. And the true test of love is not in grand gestures alone, but in quiet understanding, trust, and resilience. Edward's return to her life is more than a romantic reunion. It is a catalyst for change, a reminder that even in a world of wealth and influence, the heart remains vulnerable, unyielding, and capable of profound transformation. Their reunion promises a mix of nostalgia, glamour, and emotional depth, drawing viewers into a story that is familiar yet thrillingly new. This section sets the stage for the drama to come, focusing on who these characters are now, how they have changed, and why their reunion in Beverly Hills carries both excitement and tension. Fans of the original film will find comfort in the familiarity of their personalities, while new viewers are introduced to the magnetic presence of two people who have grown into their own power, success, and style. The reunion of Vivian and Edward is more than a narrative hook. It is an emotional journey, a celebration of love that endured time, and a promise that the story we thought we knew has only just begun to unfold. Vivian's life in Beverly Hills appears flawless on the surface. She moves through a world of luxury, fashion, and influence, attending galas, closing deals, and leaving an impression wherever she goes. But behind the sparkling facade, tensions quietly simmer. The world she's built is demanding, filled with expectations from high-profile business associates, social circles, and even her closest friends. Every decision she makes is scrutinized, every move measured, and in this world of perfection, one misstep can ripple into chaos. Vivian has learned to navigate it with grace and precision. But even the most poised individuals are tested when love, ambition, and personal desires collide. This is the challenge she faces now, balancing a thriving career, the expectations of Beverly Hills society, and the lingering emotions tied to Edward Lewis, the man whose life has been intertwined with hers for decades. Edward, too, is no stranger to complexity. His life of power and business acumen has taught him how to control situations, negotiate outcomes, and maintain an image of calm authority. Yet, despite his success, he cannot fully detach from the past that includes Vivian. Their reunion is not just a simple meeting. It is the ignition of unresolved feelings, subtle tensions, and the possibility that some choices made in the past may demand new consequences. The film teases this delicate balance, showing glimpses of both conflict and vulnerability. Vivian, standing firm against powerful adversaries. Edward navigating social obligations while confronting the emotions stirred by her presence. Beverly Hills, with its opulent settings and glossy appearances, becomes a stage where personal stakes are magnified, and every action carries weight beyond the immediate moment. The story introduces new elements that add depth to the tension. Vivian is faced with decisions that challenge her independence and test her loyalty. There are moments where her integrity clashes with the allure of wealth and power, forcing her to weigh ambition against personal values. Edward, on the other hand, must reconcile his desire for control with the unpredictability of human emotion. Both characters are pushed to confront who they are now, what they want, and whether their connection can survive the pressures of a world that thrives on appearances. The drama is heightened by external forces, social expectations, business, rivals, and new characters who bring intrigue, competition, and subtle danger. These pressures amplify the emotional stakes, showing that love and ambition often collide in ways that are neither simple nor predictable. As the narrative unfolds, the tension is layered with glimpses of vulnerability. Vivian experiences moments of self-doubt and reflection, questioning the sacrifices she has made to reach this point. Edward wrestles with the knowledge that some aspects of life cannot be controlled, no matter how skilled or influential one becomes. Their interactions carry weight because the audience senses that beneath the glamour lies the raw reality of human emotion, fear, longing, and the courage to confront the past. Even small gestures, a glance across a crowded room, a hesitant smile, a pause in conversation become charged with meaning. Beverly Hills, with its dazzling facade, becomes a mirror to these internal conflicts, reflecting both the allure of success and the hidden cost of navigating a world that prizes perfection over authenticity. This section builds the tension that drives the plot forward. It establishes that Vivian and Edward's reunion is far from simple, emphasizing that even in a world of elegance and wealth, love is complicated. Decisions carry consequences, and past connections are never easily resolved. The narrative teases the central conflict without revealing specifics, inviting viewers to imagine the stakes, anticipate confrontations, and feel the suspense of what might come next. By focusing on the emotional and relational tension, the story maintains a cinematic richness that appeals to both longtime fans of Pretty Woman and newcomers intrigued by a romance set against the glittering yet challenging world of Beverly Hills. Time has added layers to Vivian and Edward's relationship, turning the playful energy of their past into a richer, more complex connection. Their reunion is not just a meeting of two people who once fell in love. It is a collision of shared history, unspoken understanding, and the unshakable pull of familiarity. Beverly Hills, with its glittering streets, upscale boutiques, and shimmering nightlife, sets the perfect stage for moments that feel both intimate and larger than life. Each glance between them carries weight, each fleeting touch a reminder of the bond that shaped their lives. The audience feels the electricity in every quiet pause, every subtle movement, as if time itself is bending to reunite two souls who were always meant to find each other again. The romance is grounded in emotion rather than spectacle. Vivian's confidence and independence now contrast beautifully with Edward's calm authority and enduring charm, creating moments that are tender, playful, and surprisingly vulnerable. Simple gestures, a hand brushing against another, a shared smile across a crowded room become loaded with meaning, evoking memories of the past while hinting at the possibilities of the future. Their connection is intimate, nuanced, and layered, showing that love can grow deeper over time rather than fading with familiarity. These moments reveal that while their lives have changed, their chemistry remains undeniable, magnetic, and impossible to ignore. The story also explores how romance evolves when both partners have grown. Vivian is no longer the woman seeking validation or direction. She is confident, capable, and aware of her worth. Edward has also transformed, balancing success with reflection, charm with introspection, and control with a recognition that love cannot be commanded. The interplay of their personalities creates tension and excitement. Moments of laughter, gentle teasing, quiet vulnerability, and intense emotional honesty. Their interactions are a dance, a back and forth of emotions that is both comforting in its familiarity and thrilling in its unpredictability. The audience senses that every shared glance, every casual touch, carries layers of history and future potential, making each encounter both poignant and electrifying. Beverly Hills itself mirrors their romance, a city of bright lights and hidden corners, public appearances, and private moments. Walks along palm-lined avenues, evenings under sparkling chandeliers, and quiet mornings in luxurious apartments provide a backdrop for romance that is both glamorous and deeply personal. The contrast between public spectacle and private intimacy allows their connection to unfold in ways that feel real. Even amid opulence, the narrative emphasizes that love is not just about grand gestures, but also about the subtle, quiet moments that reveal true intimacy, those fleeting seconds when words are unnecessary and feelings speak for themselves. The emotional stakes are heightened by the recognition that their reunion is not without challenges, past misunderstandings, lingering insecurities, and the pressures of their present lives create tension that makes their romance feel earned rather than effortless. The audience sees that the spark between them has matured. It is no longer naive or simple, but resilient, tested by time, growth, and the complexities of life. Every shared laugh, tender look, and unspoken understanding reminds viewers why their love story captivated hearts decades ago, while also demonstrating that romance can evolve and deepen in ways that are unexpected, compelling, and profoundly moving. Ultimately, this section celebrates the enduring power of connection, showing that love is not defined by circumstance or convenience, but by the unshakable bond between two people who understand, challenge, and inspire each other. Vivian and Edward's chemistry is the heartbeat of the story, a reminder that even in a world filled with luxury, ambition, and societal expectation, the essence of love lies in emotional truth, mutual respect, and the subtle gestures that carry a lifetime of meaning. Their story in Beverly Hills is not just a continuation, it is an affirmation that romance, when genuine and resilient, can grow deeper, richer, and even more unforgettable over time. Beneath the sparkling surface of Beverly Hills, the world is not as perfect as it seems. Luxury, power, and glamour hide rivalries, secrets, and tensions that can erupt at any moment. Vivian, despite her confidence and success, finds herself navigating a maze of hidden challenges. Every smile, every polite conversation, every handshake carries layers of meaning, hinting at alliances, jealousies, and motivations that are not always clear. In this world, appearances are carefully constructed, and those who underestimate The stakes quickly discover that even a small misstep can have dramatic consequences. Vivian must balance her own desires with the pressures of high society, realizing that the price of success is not just measured in wealth or prestige, but in the constant vigilance required to maintain her place. Edward's return to this world amplifies the tension. His presence is magnetic, yet it stirs both admiration and envy among those around him. People who once respected him now view his connection with Vivian through lenses of suspicion, curiosity, and personal ambition. The audience senses that every interaction, even the polite ones, could spark conflict. Old friendships are tested, new alliances are formed, and the boundaries between professional and personal life blur in ways that heighten suspense. Beverly Hills itself becomes a character in the drama's luxurious facades, masking the intensity of ambitions and rivalries simmering beneath. Every gala, party, or business meeting becomes a stage where strategy, perception, and emotion collide, and Vivian and Edward must navigate these situations with care, intelligence, and subtlety. The story introduces new characters whose intentions are never entirely clear, adding layers of uncertainty. Colleagues, rivals, and socialites appear charming and friendly, yet there are hints of ulterior motives and hidden agendas. Vivian encounters situations where trust is tested, forcing her to rely on instinct, intelligence, and experience to discern friend from foe. Edward faces similar dilemmas, balancing the desire to protect and support Vivian with his own responsibilities and past missteps. Their interactions are charged with suspense, because the audience knows that any mistake could have far-reaching consequences, not just for their relationship, but for their standing in a city where image and influence dictate opportunity. Amid the glittering parties and breathtaking cityscapes, moments of tension arise in subtle ways. A lingering glance at the wrong person, a whispered conversation overheard, or a late-night message can trigger a chain reaction of complications. Beverly Hills is full of watchers and influencers, people who notice, comment, and act on even the smallest discrepancies. Vivian and Edward navigate this environment with poise, yet the constant awareness of being observed adds a layer of psychological intensity. Suspense builds not just through overt confrontations, but through the anticipation of what might happen next. Every scene is layered with stakes, social, professional, and emotional, reminding the audience that even the most glamorous life carries hidden dangers. The drama is further intensified by the contrast between public appearances and private realities. In public, Vivian and Edward move through glittering events with elegance, charm, and grace. But behind closed doors, emotions are raw, decisions are difficult, and consequences are real. Moments of confrontation, quiet reflection, or intense debate reveal the human cost of navigating such a high-stakes world. The tension is emotional as much as it is situational, showing that the challenges they face are not just external obstacles, but also internal struggles of trust, loyalty, and courage. Each decision carries weight, and the story emphasizes that even small choices can trigger dramatic shifts in relationships, perception, and destiny. This section makes it clear that Beverly Hills, while dazzling and aspirational, is a city of constant tension. Every interaction is loaded, every move calculated, and every hidden motive a potential threat. Vivian and Edward's journey through this world is not just about romance or nostalgia. It is a test of resilience, wit, and emotional intelligence. Suspense permeates their every encounter, showing that love, ambition, and loyalty are constantly in play, and that even in a world of glittering facadas, true danger often lies in the subtleties, the secrets, and the choices that are never entirely visible until the consequences arrive. Even as Vivian and Edward navigate the complexities of Beverly Hills, echoes of their past continuously resurface, reminding everyone that some stories are timeless. The film gently nods to iconic moments from their first chapter together, moments that defined a generation of viewers and made the world fall in love with their connection. Whether it is the thrill of walking into a world previously inaccessible, the magic of shared laughter, or the charm of simple gestures that spoke volumes, these memories create a bridge between what was and what is. The nostalgia is not just for the audience. It is woven into the very fabric of the character's journey. Vivian finds herself reflecting on the journey that brought her from the streets of Hollywood to the pinnacle of elegance and independence. She remembers the vulnerability, the fear, and the hope that once guided her choices. And these reflections add depth and resonance to her present life. The audience, in turn, experiences a layered sense of recognition. They see the woman who grew from ambition and love, while also witnessing the essence of the spirited character they first adored. Edward's evolution mirrors this nostalgia. While he is now a figure of success, poise, and experience, he carries the weight of the past in his gestures, his expressions, and his careful consideration of each moment with Vivian. There is a sense of reverence for the journey that led them here, a journey marked by discovery, challenge, and love that transcended circumstance. Every glance exchanged between them is charged with history, yet it is also forward-looking, suggesting that their connection continues to grow, adapt, and deepen. The film's narrative subtly underscores that true love is not static. It evolves, building on shared experiences while adapting to new realities. Beverly Hills, with its opulent streets, elegant venues, and luminous nights, becomes a canvas on which these emotional payoffs are displayed. The city itself reflects both the glamour of the present and the resonance of memories, creating a sense of continuity between past and present. This nostalgia is further amplified through symbolic moments that fans of the original film will instantly recognize, though reimagined in a contemporary context. Shopping excursions, once emblematic of transformation, now carry layers of sophistication and independence. Dinner parties, once a setting for playful intrigue, now reveal depth, strategy, and emotional subtlety. Even the smallest gestures, a shared laugh over a private joke, a fleeting touch, or a meaningful look across a room echo the charm of their early days while showcasing the growth and maturity that time has brought.